In Washington, D.C., March of 2014, an 8-year-old girl vanished from her mother's care. Her name was Relisha Rudd, and to this day, no one knows where she went. What makes this case chilling isn't just that a child disappeared. It's how a web of neglect, lies, and overlooked warning signs allowed her disappearance to happen in plain sight. This is the story of Relisha Rudd, the little girl who vanished without a trace. Welcome back to the Dark Enigma. Tonight, we dive into one of the most haunting cases of recent memory, a case that raises unsettling questions about trust, accountability, and the system meant to protect children. Welcome to the Dark Enigma. Relisha Rudd was born October 29, 2005. By the time she was 8 years old, she was described by teachers and neighbors as bright, playful, and full of life. But her early years were not easy. Relisha's mother, Shamika Young, struggled with poverty and instability. The family lived in the D.C. General Shelter, a homeless shelter notorious for poor conditions and safety concerns. And it was inside this shelter where Relisha's life would take a dark turn. One of the men working at the shelter was Khalil Tatum. He wasn't a teacher, he wasn't a mentor, and he certainly wasn't family. He was a janitor. But over time, Tatum somehow gained access to Relisha. He began showering her with gifts, a tablet, clothes, even trips to fun places. To a little girl in such harsh conditions, it must have felt like kindness. But in reality, it was grooming. What's chilling is how everyone seemed to accept it. Teachers saw Relisha arriving at school with new items she couldn't possibly afford. Relatives noticed the attention she was getting from a grown man. Even her mother allowed it. No one put a stop to it. On February 25, 2014, Relisha was last seen in surveillance footage at a Days Inn hotel in Northeast Washington with Tatum. After that, she was never seen alive again. The chain of events that followed is disturbing. When Relisha missed several days of school, a social worker asked questions. Shamika told them her daughter was sick and being cared for by a doctor named Dr. Tatum. That doctor was actually Khalil Tatum. This lie bought him time. For nearly 3 weeks, no one officially questioned Relisha's whereabouts. On March 19, 2014, the truth finally began to unravel. Authorities discovered that Relisha hadn't been with her mother. She had been with Tatum all along. That same day, police found Tatum's wife, Andrea, dead in a hotel room. She had been shot in the head. Tatum was immediately the prime suspect. Now the search for Relisha was urgent. Police feared she was already in grave danger. The FBI joined the investigation. Flyers with Relisha's face spread across the city. Volunteers searched parks, shelters, and abandoned buildings. But Tatum was always one step ahead.
We're all a bit relieved that we did not find Relisha here the way we anticipated we would find her. It's heart-wrenchingly frustrating that we don't have answers as to where she is right now.
On March 31, 2014, police found Khalil Tatum's body in a shed in Kenilworth Park. He had died by suicide.
We have not confirmed what the cause of death is, although we will say that it looks like it likely is a suicide.
But Relisha was nowhere to be found. The discovery left more questions than answers. Did Tatum kill Relisha before taking his own life? Did he give her to someone else, or could she still be alive, hidden somewhere? Despite massive searches, no trace of her was ever recovered. In the years since, Relisha's case has become a symbol of systemic failure. How did a man with a criminal history gain access to children in a homeless shelter? Why was it acceptable for a janitor to spend unsupervised time with an 8-year-old girl? And how did multiple red flags, from missed school days to lies about doctors, go unchecked until it was too late? Child welfare experts have called Relisha's disappearance preventable. The city of Washington, D.C. faced heavy criticism, with many demanding reforms in how shelters and child protection services operate. Yet for Shamika, Relisha's mother, the weight of public opinion was harsh. Many accused her of neglect, of failing to protect her daughter. She has always insisted she trusted Tatum and didn't believe he would harm her child.
Why did you trust him?
He didn't look like that type of person.
But the judgment of the public has been unforgiving. Each year, on the anniversary of her disappearance, vigils are held in Relisha's honor. Her face still appears on missing child posters, but time has not brought answers. For investigators, the biggest challenge is the complete lack of evidence. Without a body, without clear witnesses, and without confession, the mystery remains suspended in uncertainty. There are theories. Some believe Tatum murdered Relisha and hid her body before killing himself. Others think she may have been trafficked, given Tatum's connections and suspicious behavior. A smaller group holds onto hope that she might still be alive, her identity hidden somewhere far away. But with each passing year, those hopes grow dimmer. The disappearance of Relisha Rudd is a tragedy that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. It shows how the most vulnerable among us, children living in poverty, children in unstable homes, can fall through the cracks of the very systems meant to protect them. Relisha's story is not just about one missing child. It's about society's responsibility to notice, to intervene, and to act before it's too late. If you or anyone you know has information about Relisha Rudd, you are urged to contact the Metropolitan Police Department or the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. Even after all these years, her family deserves closure. And so, the mystery remains. What happened to Relisha Rudd? Was she another innocent victim silenced forever, or could there still be a chance that somewhere, somehow, she is alive? Until answers come, her name will remain on the list of America's most haunting unsolved cases. Thank you for joining me tonight on the Dark Enigma. If you found this case as haunting as I did, please leave a like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your support helps bring more of these stories to light. Until next time, stay safe, and remember, the darkest mysteries are often the ones closest to home.